I'm now live. Late night surprise stream. This is an unscheduled stream, so hopefully those who uh, get the notification heed the notification and they meet me here and say hello and hi. Um, I want to draw today. I'm very excited to draw today. However, I also am running low on energy because I stayed up really, really late watching The Boys. I was watching Amazon Prime a little too late into the night. I think we made it all the way to 5 a.m. before we decided to go to sleep. Wah, wah. This is what I worked on last night. Um, last 7 p.m. Wednesdays I do scheduled streams along with Saturdays at 7 p.m. But here I did a little asexual jester, a little jester themed pride flag, which I will continue to do most hopefully. I wanted to try a little thing with this guy because the more I looked at him, the more I just wasn't sure about like his nose. It's a little too clowny versus does that look better than this? I think it does. I think it does. I think I'm gonna I think I'm gonna save over it. Just so that his nose is a little softer instead of like yeah, replace it. I think that was the only thing bothering me about this piece, other than like the hearts not really being in like this cascading order, but instead, this is my gender fluid one, this is my unlabeled one, this is my Labubu. Okay, I always have way too many tabs open at any given point. So I'm gonna load the flat image. No, it's not gonna load me a flat image. The PNG is gonna show up with all the freaking. Oh, and it's frozen now. It's frozen. It's frozen because there's just so much going on. I also, I also wanted to share with you, if you notice, my mouth rigging is a lot better. It actually my mouth opens when I open my mouth. I set it to detecting my microphone and my volume instead of just the camera itself. Because when I look down, um, it can't really see my face that well because I'm always concentrating on drawing. I also have I also hold my eyes like kind of narrowly. I don't know why. I used to have very bright and big eyes as a child, but I as I've grown older, they've become more relaxed. So when my model picks up my eyeballs, they're just always like, yeah, like that. It's just completely wonks. Let's see if we can't fix whatever's going on here. So we're going to open this PNG here. There we go. I'm going to just select the hearts. One at a time, I will make them smaller. So that'll be smaller, and then we'll select these two. And then we'll make these smaller. And I do want to make sure my stream does say that I'm currently live. I'll check that right now because yesterday was really, really funny. Yesterday, I streamed for almost 30 minutes. It was about 25 minutes, and I streamed for 30 minutes without. Like it was not live, and I was talking to myself for a solid 30 minute, half an hour. There we go. I like those hearts a little better. They're kind of cascading, if you will. Actually, this one I want a little further in. There we go. It's a little further in. And I'll save that, and that'll be my sticker.
We do have to get so many of these done by Pride Month. So, what we're gonna do is come up with a little checklist. For now, do I want to do the checklist? Bro, I don't even know. I don't even know. Let's do a little checklist. Let's do an 8x10, and let's name this Pride Jester Checklist. Checklisty. And then I'm gonna open my Pride Labubu's actually, because I know, like, I have like the list that I want there. Alright, just a checklist, and then the Labubus should be opening up. Okay, so this will be, let's make it pink. I like pink. Or should it be in brand? Let's make it in brand instead. So we'll do red, and then we'll do a rectangle of like this color. Pretty straightforward. And we begin our list. So we have progressive pride. Well, they're all going to say pride, so I'm not going to bother with putting pride at the end of each and every one of them. But I am going to bother with changing the text. I want something a little readable. Do we want something readable, or do we want something fun? Yeah, that one's fun. Alright, so we're going to have progressive. Let's see, this is ally, gay, let's see, progressive, gay, lesbian, ally. Why is the G so forward there? There we go. Ally, and that's what this one is. This is gay, lesbian. This black and white one here is ally. We have bisexual, pansexual. Okay. On here we have trans femme, trans masc, and I think that one's asexual. Trans femme, trans masc, asexual. And I grouped the asexual one with, this is here. I know they have similar colors, but I'll try to make the designs different. Similar to how bisexual and gender fluid have similar colors, but I'm making the designs different. So here we have demisexual, polyamory, unlabeled, demisexual, polyamory, polyamorous, unlabeled, and then the last one we have, this is non-binary and agender. Non-binary, agender. And then for our new ones, we wanted to add gender fluid. We wanted to add a furry pride. I did want to add demi girl and demi boy. Even though they're a little lesser known, I did get requests for them, and I feel them. Maybe I should divide it into like gender and sexuality. Maybe. Yeah, let's do that. So I'll make another text box, checkmark, text box. And then this will be the genders. So we'll have trans femme, trans masc, non-binary, agender, gender fluid, demi-girl, and demi-boy. And those, let's make the, there we go. So we'll have this. Can we make the spacing between that a little different? I don't suppose so. And then we'll just erase it from this. So non-binary agent demi-fluid. There we go. Now they're almost even. So I can take this guy. Let's increase the. No? Oh, it froze. I was like, why does it want to let me? Oy, that's a little too big. Yeah, I think pressing this little button right here a little too many times makes it a little, makes it a little crash. A little crash. Let's do a 32. 32 seems good. And we'll take this one over here and do the same thing. Let's label this 32. There we go. Now we have a little sheet. So we get to add let's do red check marks to match the border. So we did lesbian. Ooh. We did bisexual. Ooh. We did asexual. Yay. We did unlabeled. We did a lot more than I thought. And we did gender fluid. I feel like I've only been working on this 2-3 days. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 done. That's cool. That's cool. Actually, how many in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right. I usually say that I have to draw about 20, but yeah, 18 is going to be it, okay? Maybe we can add like a little thing at the bottom. Let's add pride gestures. Who should we get to rep? Lesbian, since she was the first one we drew. Do not save. We have her copied, and we'll paste her right down here. Also, her, like, warm tones go with this background of red. Very cute, very cute. Should we add a title? Pride Gestures. And then up here, we'll put Pride Gestures. And this will be this. This will be bigger. Sure, let's make it white. It looks very imposing. Maybe we can just make it black like the rest. I have an idea. It's probably because it's like on. No, it's probably because it's on the freaking. But now I don't know what layer the. Oh, there we go. This layer is the checkbox. Okay, so. I can probably select all 3. Apply transformation. We'll just bring this all down. So that way we can bring the title down. Oh, my day? My day has been normal enough. I woke up super late because I stayed up super late. My cold is going away. That's great. I feel like more rest would be a better idea. But for now, I'm feeling fine. Definitely a lot less of a cough, a lot less of a stuffy nose. I'm staying hydrated, of course, of course. All right. Do we continue on our reference sheet, or do we do another pride gesture? Or do we end stream and go watch TV? God, you know what? My microphone is always peaking. Okay, I'm bringing my microphone down a little bit because I noticed it always peaks. Like, it always, like, sounds like I'm trying to eat my microphone. So, we're bringing down the decibels a little bit. So hopefully my voice isn't too grating in the future. Yeah, and we can have a little bit more of a chill and relaxing session. I am live. I am live because for yesterday, I went live without going live, so that was funny. But I was so exasperated after the fact when I found out. Honestly, I I had no idea. I think we're gonna put on some music. We'll put on a little bit of some quiet music and get to doing the rest of this reference picture because I do have the VTuber that I watch that I want to commission, and I think having this reference photo would be really good to get this up. Let's hear. I have my music playing, but I can't hear it out of my. Give me 1 second. Ah, there we go. Now let's make sure that it's not like super loud. All right, and then whoever comes in can tell me a little bit about the volume. Tell me if it's too loud. Oh, right. So I remember the other day I had to render the clothing base, so like the ribbons and everything, and I just got so exasperated about it. I just what? But now I do. Now I don't mind doing it. So let's do hat hair base. Let's name this clothing base, and we'll select outside. Okay. Can I select this? I want to select the hat white. I'll just use the selection pen and kind of add it right here. There we go. Wait, is that selected inside or outside? This is add. So I have. Oh, okay. So I have. If I select inverse. There we go. Let me get this rim right here. Okay. And let's make a new layer and call it. What? Clothing shading. Yeah, let's pretend clothing shading is what we want. We'll just use the same color as this. Oh, it's because it's not on multiply. Multiply for the ages! If it's not a little too dark. Ooh, an ad. I don't have Spotify Plus, so you will suffer through the ads along with me. And let's see if we can't just blend this out a little bit. I don't know if the shadow's too dark or if it'll look dramatic or if I shouldn't have such intense shadows on something that's like a reference.
If anything, I'll lower the opacity.
New possibilities. And even another
So let's see.
passenger. Or three.
Yeah, we'll
And
just
with
lower the
100 years
opacity.
of navigating ups and downs, you can count on Edward Jones to help guide you through it all.
And then we'll do
Because
this one
life
will
is a
be
winding path,
clothing,
and rich by the people you
highlights.
walk it with. Let's find
Put
your
that on
niche together
white
at
so we can get like a
richmonddesign.co.
little. Yeah,
So you're saying with
nice.
Hilton Honors, I can use points for a 3-night stay anywhere? Anywhere. What about fancy places like the Canopy in Paris? Yeah, Hilton Honors, baby. Or relaxing sanctuaries like the Conrad in Tulum? Hilton Honors, baby. What about the 5-star Waldorf Astoria in the Maldives? Are you gonna do this for all 9,000 properties?
Tonight's a nice,
Choose a
relaxing
place
night.
that can take you anywhere,
It
anytime.
is. I want it to be more energetic because I have energy within my system. Yay, his hat's complete. Now we go down to his ribbon top. Ribbon top. Okay, so this is what's going to be interesting. I'm going to select everything that isn't the ribbon suit, and then I'll go in and inverse it. That's not even the right. That's not the right color. That's not the right layer. I'll do. Well, I have like I guess like basic shadows. I don't want to like overwhelm this piece like too much craziness. As much as I love VTubers that have like the bits and bobs all over the place, I don't know. I've always been told that like to like I maximalize a lot of stuff. I keep being told that like it just looks messy, like it looks overcrowded, and I don't want it to look overcrowded. I don't want it to look bad, you know. I've also had very unsupportive people when it comes to my business practices. So who's to say? Who's to say what was like genuine criticism and what was like just not to their tastes? Go black on the sides, and then we'll have shinies in the middles. After we blend this out. I think the hard part is over, and it's just rendering all this stuff. There was a time in my artistic career where I had been drawing for like years at this point, like almost a decade. And then the term rendering started popping up everywhere. And I always understood rendering as like an animation thing. And I was like, I have no idea what people are talking about. What do you mean rendering? I get it now, obviously. But yeah, there was a time even as like an artist in the field myself, I didn't know what rendering was. A little did I know I was doing it the whole time. I was rendering the whole time. But yeah, just no clue. Okay, let's do a little bit of. Where should we add these highlights? Right here for sure. On his like on his pecs. Then we'll have it here. Here, his rib cage is off. You see how one of it it's like on this side and the other side's on that side. It's okay. It's okay. No one will know. No one will know unless I point it out. I think. Let's see. What can we do for the bow? We'll say that's good. Let's zoom out. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think I got my shadows in the right place. My shadows and highlights. I'll start with the arm because that's like the simplest. and maybe I'll make the highlights less opaque as well. And I want this to be like a satiny ribbon, but not like a like crazy. Because if I make the highlights and everything like too harsh, I'm definitely gonna get something that's a little less readable. Oops. This is what I get for doing it all in one stroke. What is this? This is my eraser. Yeah, I'm trying to erase the highlight. Oh, it's not my eraser, that's why. I was like, why is it making it more white? I'm trying to erase the white. Chemically. He's got this cute little like ribbon in front of his pecs, so I don't know if this shine really reads as like shiny femboy pecs. I might have to like do something in the lighting layer that makes it read a little more. Because I want his body contours visible. I don't want him to be too soft and squishy. I kind of think of him like as a circus performer. So acrobats, tightrope walkers, they're all really fit. They have to be because they're, you know, it's basically an athletic performance. Yeah, I'll fix up this bow a little bit more with more shadows and such. It's coming out a little muddy, but that's just because I've yet to refine it. It always looks better when I add like a whole lighting layer. Okay, I have an idea. I'm going to make the entirety of this bow a little darker, so that way you can tell that it's in the foreground. Or at least, you know, above that rest of the suit. I heard the season finale of The Boys, or the series finale of The Boys, was the other day, and I'd really been wanting to watch it for a while, and then my little sister started watching it, so I was, you know what? Why not? Why not? Let's watch it. Let's just sit down and watch a TV show because you want to watch this TV show. And wow, did I wind up liking it a lot more than I thought I would. It's really good. It's definitely not for everyone. I know my dad tried to watch it and he did not like it as someone who really likes superheroes for obvious reasons. If you know, you know. There you go, that's a little better. I will mess with the highlight just a bit. Yeah, there we go. It doesn't have to be super bright. What is this? This is bow foreground. This is line art. This will be, we'll name this bow highlight. So that way we can add very specific highlights. Go, that's really cute. and I will copy, paste, Gaussian blur. There we go. Now it's super shiny. Let me mess a little bit with the bow foreground. Maybe I want a little bit more black, like right here. So to really define that these are separate ribbons. Yeah, there we go. Cute, cute. Was that too dark? We'll move on to the cuffs. The cuffs, I want... I actually want... Let me make sure I'm doing this all right. Hat white. We'll call this clothing white, because I want the edges of these cuffs to be white. I hope the music's not too loud. I can hear it pretty well, and usually when I can hear it pretty well, it means that it's like blasting a little too hard. You know what? I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check really quick. Let me mute this, and then I'll listen to my stream really quick. Yeah, I'm gonna say it doesn't seem to be bad. I heard just the tail end of it. It could be like a smidge lower. We'll put it to -10.
What's Spectrum One?
Remember to stay hydrated, everybody. Remember to use your chapstick if you gotta use your chapstick, and use the bathroom if you gotta use the bathroom. I myself am going to add another window up in the corner so that you can see the full piece that I'm working on while I work on the details. Let's see, we're here, we'll zoom out. These are my Labubu sheets. There we go. And then clothing shading. We'll do these back here. We'll do these up here. Mm-hmm. Yes. Get shaded, nerd. Oh, I forgot to do the to the top. Oops. Okay, there we go. That'll be shaded, and that'll be shaded, and that'll be I do have like a little like line right here on the top ruffle of the bloomers. So I think I want to make it white. I don't want it to be like too stark. go. Oops. There we go. And then I'll zoom out and see how it looks, and maybe I'll like it, maybe I won't. Sure. Sure. Yeah, okay, I'll go with it. Clothing, and then we'll do clothing shading. This will be, phew, definitely something. I think I'm gonna start by just doing like a bloomer gradient layer. And like doing an overall shading. So like I'll get like under. No, I won't get under there yet. I'll do the round bits. So we'll do this, and then right here, and then we'll blend out a lot, because we just want that to be like a general shape of them. They're round, so I want them to appear round, if I can. And we'll make this a lot lighter before we go in with actual clothing shading. Okay, we'll start from the top. So we're gonna have the band. Oops. There we go. We'll have the band. We'll have this top part. So we'll do the top of the top. Making that roundness. And then we'll start on this side and we'll go by ruffle. So let's see at this. But it like comes in down over here. Let's see, this goes under too, so put that a little there, put this a little here. That looks like it's doing something. I'll tell you that. It's looks like it's doing something. And now, yeah, let's get all up under here, because this ruffle is definitely doing some shadows, some shadings. And it's so dark I can like hardly see. So if it looks like I'm messing up really bad, like pay no mind to it. It's hard for me to see it for sure. There we go. This one. It's like every other one, right? And this is art and chat. I don't want to change my category to chat or just chatting, because I don't know. I feel like people will be like, hey, change the category. But you know, I do art, but I love chatting with everybody. It's so fun. So if y'all are in, pop a hi. Pop a hi. And I'll respond back. You too can form a parasocial relationship with Clown Femboy Jester-esque. Jester-esque? That is a cool name for it, Jester-esque. Alright, now we're doing the bottoms. Make all these so round, so round. Oh, and there's a shadow under here too, because it's another layer of layers. And then hopefully, once we add the highlight, it'll really come together. But so far, let's add like. There we go. And I guess we can blend out a little bit of it, right? Blend out a little bit. God, it's so dark, it's so hard to see. But it does look a little smoother when I do this. Because that's what I want. I don't want them to look too harsh. That these should be more velvety. Which is why when I add the highlight, I won't go like too intense with it. I wonder how I would get a velvety texture. Alright, let's do Bloomer Gradient. This will be Bloomer Highlights. And we'll have on the front band, and then we'll have like here and there. Where's our lights? Our light source is coming from over here, right? There we go. That is looking a little bit more put together. And actually, that texture is giving like velvet. So I think I'm just gonna blend it out a little bit. Yeah, I'm only gonna blend it out a little bit, and then I'll mess with the opacities and stuff. There we go. Next up, these harnesses. Okay, I know that I want these to like just be black. Yeah, there we go. Out of all the like off black we have up there, I definitely want them to be like black, and then the shading will be white. Go. I'm gonna check something really quick. The something is my phone. It went off, and I want to make sure it's nothing important. Yes, nothing important. Just people sending reels to the group chat, you know. We love to be a part of it. Oh, oops. Yeah, I colored over the skin there. Activia is one of the easiest and tastiest ones. Alright, let's name this Garter Highlights. We'll do this and that and this and that, and then we'll blend and blend and blend and blend.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a data analyst.
Hey, what model did you use for these quarterly projections?
Astrology. If Mercury's in retrograde, sales tank. If
And then I'll
Venus is
add one
rising,
more
crush
little like
Q4.
You built our revenue
shine at like the highest
Zodiac never lies.
shine of it.
For sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today. Cool and crisp
The only thing I need to do last. Actually, this bit down here with his bloomers and garters looks really good. Hi, Nico! Hi, Nico, the rat boy! Welcome in. We are rendering the rest of our OC reference photo. My favorite VTuber is opening up commissions next week, and as I get paid on Saturday, I'll have some money to commission him, and I want to have a full reference sheet. You know what I should do, actually? Now that I'm looking at, like, his whole body, I want his upper eyelid to be, like thicker. We need to have some fancier eyelashes. There we go. Ooh, that's so cool. It is. I'm gonna make some changes afterward because, I don't know, this bow highlight is throwing me off. But otherwise, things are looking pretty okay. We're making our way from top to bottom, and next we have our thigh highs. My cold is almost out of my system. That's pretty cool. I stayed up a little too late last night, and while rest is the best, I don't feel too bad today. Love a good thigh high. Honestly, I wasn't gonna give him thigh highs. I thought like it was too much or too basic. Or I like wanted to show off his legs. I wanted to make him unique. But you know what? With the garters, they came out so good. I'm here for it. All we gotta do is add some really nice shading to it. So let's do clothing base, let's do this, let's do thigh high shadows. And see if we can't do something real nice with these. I had to go to sleep earlier last night because I had work this morning. Well, I hope it went well. I hope you were able to get enough sleep for a full day. I believe I was also... No, was I sleepy? I don't even remember at this point. I know I stayed a little too late watching The Boys on Amazon Prime. Let's do this, yeah. Let's do this and that to give him that dynamic shading. So even though I ended stream, I still stayed up. Who knows how late this stream will go? Maybe I'll actually get some sleep tonight, or maybe I'll watch more Netflix series. Not Netflix, Amazon Prime. I'm in the middle of Stranger Things, and that's on Netflix. So. Let's do... This is normal! Why is this normal? It needs to be multiply, right? What's the difference? Why is there no difference? Oof. Okay, so... What we'll probably do is add some highlights. Thigh high highlight. No, you know what? I don't want to do merge with layer below. This is what I want to do. I want to use an eraser and do this. Let's lower the opacity, of course, or the density of the brush. We'll do this. And we'll blend it out super smooth. That's too much blending. The brush density is like super low. but it's still making it super blended. So he's got thigh highs, but they're kind of sheer, and I'm gonna, yeah, I like that. I like that. Let me go to skin dimension and blend that up here because it's poking through. Thigh high highlight. Let's see if I can't like do something. I'm pretty sure that's not how the shadows work. Ooh, there we go. That'll look cool. Oh, oops, did that like mess with the ribbons down here? I didn't even realize. There we go. What is that? Clothing base? Yeah, I guess that's the shadow that I added the other day, a couple minutes ago. Alright, it makes his knees look too knobby. His knees are too knobby. There we go. I'll add another layer of like shading. Painterly? Let's just do blend. Since they're stockings and I want them to be pretty and sheer. There we go. Should they have like a... No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't. But I want to know what it looks like. So I will surprise you in just a moment. But and how do I do this quickly? How do I do this quickly? Let's pretend those are fishnets. I don't like it, but I wanted to see what it looked like. Alright, let's go work on these shoes. Clothing base, what is this? This is thigh high shadows, and then we'll do another one, and this will be boots shading. These will be pretty simple. Oops. Ooh, that's cool. It's giving like the shadow under the boots. I don't want to draw the boots. The shoes are like the bane of my existence when it comes to art. I'm never, never a fan. But we gotta, right? We gotta. So let's do the center like that. I'm doing these so quick because I don't want to do them. And then I'll add highlight and other shadows and such. You know what? You don't get a separate layer for your highlights. How about that? How about you don't get a separate layer for your highlights? That's how much I don't want to do. Let's just pretend your shoes are shiny and you're all good to go. Where is boots shading? Oops, I accidentally selected the entire canvas. That's okay, no one will zoom into the feet unless they're weird. Besides, these aren't even, he doesn't even got his dogs out, he's got shoes on. And so no one's hopefully gonna pay too much attention.
Now, at Whole Foods Market, it's the Summer Splash event.
And I don't know what, like, you see how there's like 2 lines here? I don't know what layer that, and I could spend so long just looking for it. Is it on Thigh High Shadows? Oh my god, it is! I said I was gonna spend so long looking for it, and then I just immediately found it. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I don't know, I just complain and things work out.
We're back in the miller's yard. It's raining out, but their True Green lawn is looking flawless. They tap True Green's local
There we go. Let's see. That's good. The one thing I did want to change was this bow. So I'm gonna look for like bow highlights. Bow highlights. Clothing, thigh high, clothing, bloomer, clothing, bow highlights. Bow highlight copy. Okay, so it doesn't need to be like shiny like I did a second ago. So let's delete the bow highlight. And oh, if you will notice, the syncing on my mouth is much better than it was the other day. Ba, 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 ba. Before it was using only my webcam to track my mouth movements, but I am always looking down to draw, so it was always down. But I set it up so that it does my microphone. It tracks my microphone inputs, so my mouth will open per the volume instead of per me opening my mouth. And if you are new to like being a VTuber, you kind of have to act like a cartoon if you are a cartoon. So if you want your model to like move and be too much movement. If you want your model to like move and be around and be active, you yourself have to be active. Like regular people don't move like an anime cartoon unless they're trying to be cringe. But I mean, like, I'm getting used to it. Get used to being cringe. Get used to it. Oh, I love this song. Let me take... I wonder if I can finish this Rockstar in one gulp. Well, it took me 3 gulps, but I did it in one big sip. Okay, so I did like a black layer on top of this bow to make it come out more from the rest of the ribbon suit. Because without it, it just kind of blends it. With it, sure, but it still needs, like, I don't know, the highlight? So let's try a little this. And maybe I can make this layer a little less opaque. See, because when I add highlight, it just looks like the rest of the ribbon suit. Because it's black, the details get lost a little bit. But it's not bad. It's not bad. I kind of like it. I really like it, actually. And I think as soon as I, like, add some overlays, he's gonna be done. So let's select inverse and this guy up here. Bow highlight. What should the overlay be? Yellow or like a peach? Let's do peach. Right, not bad, not bad, not bad. Ooh, that one's good. I can also just put the gradient on, like, the clothes. Let's do, instead of a peach, let's do like a black. Because that'll really mess with the contrast the way I want it to. Kind of like vivid light. Makes them a little darker. Okay, I'm pretty satisfied with that. Yeah, I like that. I don't know if I should make the shading on his bloomers like a little less, at least with clothing shading. Where's bloomer shading? I want the white line of his bloomers to be a little bit. Yeah, it's this layer. I want this line to be a little more visible. Nice. I have no way of, like, copying every single layer seamlessly with this guy, so I'm just gonna, like, print a screen and see if that. Yeah, because then I can move that over. Ooh, that's so interesting. Actually, let's. I cut off his clown hat in that section, so. Let's do that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Now, it's honestly just a copy and paste of his face. What do we do to add more details to this guy? I don't know. I've never made a character reference sheet before. How about... Where are the hair accessories? Oops. It's all one layer, isn't it? Mm. I have an idea. Let's just make it fancy. So here we're gonna put, no, I want to press enter. So that way there we go. So now we have like the whole name. And we'll make this a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. And should this be white? I think white looks really cool. Okay, so we got this. We got his face here. Ooh, you know what would look cool? What? What layers? Okay, there it is. Let's do profile picture layer, and we will select outside. And do a huge elliptical. Ellipse. We'll fill that in, see what that looks like. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. I'll just make it a little different. Like a little smaller or something. Okay. Alright. Let's see what we should add. I'm gonna get this and make 2 boxes. One will be like his balloon animal hairpin, and the other one will be so I want him to have a tongue piercing. I myself have a tongue piercing, and I think it would look so cool on him. Not that like most models get a tongue or anything crazy like that. But I think it's a fun detail that I would like him to have. Let's check in on the time. Ooh, wonderful. Okay. So our time is currently 1 hour and 9 minutes, and at the top of the hour, we usually take a like 1-2 minute break, just so that I can run to the restroom. Because I am a hydrated boy for sure, for sure. So let's put here, and we'll put a little BRB message. BRB. 1 minute, and I'll leave you guys with a little smiley face too. I will return. I return! Hello? There we are! So, I hope that was either a minute or less. Maybe 2 minutes or less. I don't know how long my stream will run today. I'm thinking either like the 1.5 hour mark, 2 hour mark, 2:30. Those are usually the ones that I hit. I definitely just want to finish this sheet because I have been working on it for a couple of days. Well, hello, kitty. My kitty is on the desk. Everybody say hello, Miss Freckle. Hello, kitty. How are you doing today? Do you want to join? Well, now I can't draw because she's on my tablet. And she's trying to take my pen. Anyway, she's honestly just a kitten. So she's a little feisty. And I can't blame her for that. She'll grow out of it. Let me get her situated in her little corner. Let's put this behind here. And do something with the lighting that makes it look. Ooh, this black shadow is nice. Yeah, let's have it do like just a... There we go. He's looking pretty cool. Numerologist, face card, up. Let's get a reference of a balloon animal because I can't redraw that again. So we're gonna get our classic dog balloon animal. Let's see if I can't find the exact same reference that I used the other day. Oh, this one's pretty good. This one's just clip art. Hell yeah. Yeah, free clip art? I'll take that. Yeah, I'll say today will be a short stream. Just so that we can get this reference sheet done and get on back to watching shows and being a non-full-time artist. I am a full-time artist. I do this like all day for as much as I can. But I do want to have some personal time too. Let's get rid of...
It really means. So, it's a good thing we saved about $900 by switching to Geico.
It feels good to be understood.
Let's remove JPEG noise. It usually does a little bit. Okay, that did a little bit. So we'll get this, and he has a hairpin.
How much did we save?
It's a hairpin.
Or you could book a stay with Hilton.
Welcome to your oceanfront room. Just steps from the water.
The Hilton sale is on now. Book on Hilton.com or the Hilton app and save up to 20% to get the stay you expected. When you want savings,
Does that look like a hair clip?
where you stay. Hilton for the stay.
Let's pretend it does, and we'll just put it right up here.
It's the fastest, most reliable internet to stream and game how you want. It's security you don't have to think about that keeps your family
Let's name this hair clip.
and it's mobile that runs on the
And what is this layer?
variable 5G network. So you can
I don't think I know what layer that is.
takes you.
I'm starting to lose track of which one is which.
Wi-Fi and mobile working together as
So we got our little balloon dog, courtesy of our follower from yesterday. I can't remember their name. I rack my brain with names and things, but I do try to remember. I have a little bit of brain damage, which I'll talk about later. Um, it's not bad. But I got my brain scanned and some parts are shrunk. So I do my best, but I do have a little bit of a difficult time remembering names, dates, uh, definitely people for sure. Beyond. Okay, so we got our hair clip. I want to add sparkles around this, or some sort of thing. I think I'll do that at the end. I'll add like effects. Though I could do it now. I could add the effects now. I'm gonna play around a little bit. I'm gonna mess with the line art layer. And see what I can do with it. Is that overlay? That's so cool. Most of them are just regular, but I want to mess with it. Ooh, glowing. I can probably do normal line art and then Gaussian effect. Yeah, I always like that. He is now Gaussian defected. But well, let me see if I can't. I want to make it maybe even more blurry. Let's see. Okay, so here he is a regular. That's him a little more. Let's go back. Yeah, we'll just make him regular Gaussian defected. Should I make his shadow blurry too? His shadow's like a little sharp. It should be a little out of focus. Yeah. There we go. Now we're talking. A little more. Maybe a little more. A little more. Perfect. What to do about this balloon dog? Nothing. We'll do about something later. For now, we're going to do a whole new piece in this corner, and it's going to be his tongue. So we're going to have his mouth. We'll do it face forward. And we'll have the teeth back here. Should he have like a little smile? We'll make it bigger. Cool. So let's name this mouth sketch, and we'll do some mouth line art. Mouth line art. Perfect. I'm going to take some water. 10 p.m. All right. We're going strong. Let's see if we can't make this lighter. For me. Ooh, that tongue is too fat. too fat a tongue. Let's... What is it? Free transform? Yeah, there you go. We can make it skinnier. We'll clean it up. Yeah, so I'm like a chronic, like lip, cheek, tongue biter, and I was reading this book where the main character has the same affliction, but for like biting his fingernails. Yes, he has a problem biting his fingernails, and they try everything. It's pretty successful. They really help him out, but it's not until the end where they decide to get him a tongue piercing, because the tongue piercing supposedly will help if he has like a permanent fidget installed in his mouth. He'll have an easier time messing with that and not biting his nails down to the quick, you know. And since I am always, you know, biting until I'm bleeding, I figured, hey, me, just like my favorite book, you know. So I got a tongue piercing. Not bad, not bad. I still tend to bite, but having the piercing is like a good reminder that I'm not supposed to bite. Um, so it's helped a little bit. It's definitely given me something to think about, and it looks cool. It looks cool, yeah. I know a lot of people are concerned about like my gum health or me chipping a tooth, and honestly, the piercing doesn't rub up against any of my gums or teeth. Um, I have a pretty long tongue, so the piercer did say that mine sits further back than most people's. Um, so I don't have a problem with it rubbing up against my teeth and such. Uh, I do, if I turn it like sideways, I can like press it up against my some of my gums, and I did fidget with it like that for a while. Unfortunately, so I did get some rawness in my gums. But I mean, you stop fidgeting with it, it goes back. Like you don't. It's not permanent, at least for the amount of time that I did. I did the fidgeting with it. And unfortunately, I did chip a tooth. This was when I first got the piercing, and I wasn't used to it. So not only was I not used to it, I didn't have no, not only was I not used to it, but the bar was long to account for the swelling. So with a long awkward bar in my mouth, I did wind up while I was eating. Actually, I flicked my tongue to the left, and I bit down on the ball, and I chipped a little bit of the like one of the backs of my molars. But I mean, because I was pretty conscious of it after that. I was like, gotta make sure I'm not doing too much and breaking a molar. So after that, you know, I was pretty Gucci. I downsized. I never bit it again. No, that's a lie. I bit it once more, but I was smart and I used like the plastic balls, because you have the bar and then you have the balls attached to it. Um, I used plastic ones because I thought the design was pretty. They looked like sparkly jawbreakers. And the ball broke instead of my tongue. Instead of my tongue, the ball broke instead of my piercing. No, give me a sec. The piercing, the ball broke instead of one of my molars. Yes. So, you know, that's what I just used plastic balls from now on out. Right now I do have like the titanium ones in because I needed to I lost one of the plastic ones. But I should get some more. Because, you know, you never know when you'll bite your piercing and you'll need to have that fail safe. What is this? Yeah, I'm losing track of these layers. Mouth line art. Let's get an elliptical on it. And we'll color, let's name this mouth ellipse. I keep calling it an elliptical. It is not an elliptical, it is just an ellipse. And we'll combine these. We'll combine the mouth line art and the mouth ellipse because I want to just color inside these lines. So I'm gonna dropper tool the skin from up here. Let's do that. Half of me almost gave up on this sheet. Right around when I had to start the rendering for the clothing, I was really whiny about it. I didn't want to do it. That's not bunny tongue. Let's do a bunny tongue pink. This could be good. Yeah, pink. Or no, I should do the skin. So let's leave that there for drop. But let's do the skin first. Multiply. I can't tell if it's my cat messing with things or if it's like somebody coming into my room. I do have my sign up, so nobody should be coming into my room. But you never know who wants to bother you. You never know who needs to bother you, really. That's a good song. I don't think I've heard it before. It might not be on this playlist. It might be a suggested song. Merge with layer below. Blend, blend, blend. Oh, I know this song. I love this song. I don't like confrontation, but I'm staring at the sun. Quit until my eyes go dead on. But it's what begun. $90.3. There we go. Blend, make it nice and pretty. And now we can do the inside of the mouth. So let's just merge this down. We'll call this mouth skin. We'll call that mouth skin. And this will be mouth teeth. I love teeth. I'm a big fan of seeing them in art, and I think I did a pretty okay job here, if I do say so myself. I'm often not very I'm still working up confidence in my art. When I would render, things like the nose would be a whole mush mess because I wouldn't have the confidence to go in with these harder lines. Especially teeth. Like I'd always hide them. I'd always like close the mouth. Like they'd look so creepy because it would be like a full set of teeth, you know. But here, I've done some justice. Let me deselect this and just select the teeth, so I can add some proper shading to them. No, wrong blender, wrong blender. Let's copy this, paste it. Let's make it multiply. Yeah. And then we'll make the teeth nice and shiny. Yeah. Nothing like some shiny teeth. Let me see if that's a little too obvious. I'll blend that out. Alright, last but not least is the piercing itself, the tongue. Let's do the back of the throat. Mouth teeth, mouth skin. Let's name this mouth throat. And that'll just be like a deep red. The tongue piercing didn't like successfully stop me from biting my lips and cheeks and tongue. So I kind of want to get snake bites because I know that will really just stop. Like having a cage on my lips will get me to stop biting. However, my tongue piercing is the only facial piercing that I have. It is an internal piercing. So people can't really see it unless there's like a flash of it when I talk. The snake bites would outside of my mouth. So I don't know if I have the confidence to have them just yet. I get nervous. I get nervous quite often. So I don't know if it. Well, I don't know. Would they make me look feminine? Would people kind of view me differently because I have piercings? Even though I'm more of an alternative person anyway. Like my hair is half black, half gray. So but I get compliments on my hair. If I have more of an alternative look, would I still get? Would I still be received by the public? Alright, let's find a good pink for this tongue. Oh, we already found it. Yeah, it's on the tongue. Nice. Alright. And we'll add a lot of juicy shading to this tongue. See what we can't get out of it. And paint bucket tool. Nice. We'll select that and add a bunch of cool shading. going to be shaded real time for sure. And it's a tongue. It's got a little bit of roughness to it, so this shading doesn't have to be super smooth either. Okay, cool, cool. Let's do another layer of this. Yeah! That looks cool. Let's do one more layer of like shading, and we'll do this like way at like the back of the tongue or under the tongue. That's an eraser. Where's my blender? There it is.
A rich life isn't a straight line to a destination.
Yay, ads! I don't have Spotify Premium, so if I have to suffer through ads, you do too. I'm so sorry.
And even another passenger.
Now it's time for all that juicy highlight that a tongue can get. So we'll put some up here, and on this side.
Guide you through it all, because life is a winding path made rich by the people you walk it with. Let's find your rich together. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
You said this place was steps from the water.
We just haven't found the steps yet.
How much did we say? Enough to get lost.
Or you could book a stay with Hilton.
Welcome to your oceanfront room. Just steps from the water.
The Hilton sale is on now. Book on Hilton.com or the Hilton app and save up to 20% to get the stay you expected. When you want savings, not surprises, it matters where you stay. Hilton, for the stay.
I'm like so focused on this right now.
Mix up your cat's mealtime with the Meow Mix
Because it's
flavors.
not coming out
Meow Mix has
exactly
different
the way I
sounds for
want
owners
it.
to jam out to. Great eats and tasty beats. The perfect mix of delicious flavors to help you connect with your cat and make them say meow. Meow Mix original choice cat food. The only one cats ask for by name. To learn more, visit meowmix.com/remix.
Oops, that's too tiny. Here we go. Maybe just like a little bit of like extra. Okay. Yeah. Let's go with that. I am going to add like an overlay to all this though. Let's label this mouth overlay. And we'll do like a pink. Something that like ups contrast at the very least. Oh, if we want to up contrast, then we're gonna use not a color but like black and gray. That one works pretty well. Let's go back to that one. This one here. What is this? Vivid light? Was it vivid light? I rarely use that one. Yeah, overlay is pretty good. And then we will add the tongue piercing. All right, go. Let's make sure that that's all. So what can we do here? We can select it, and then how do we make it look extra metallic? Maybe if I like circle the highlight. Sure. Sure. That whole thing actually needs to be moved down. Yeah. Okay, very cool, very cool. That like super realistic mouth next to this cartoonish. That's funny. Alright, let's see if we can't do something with the background now. Because I wanted to add effects, but I wanted to buttons. I wanted to wait until I was done with most of the stuff. Okay, so we've got buttons up here, and we'll add effects, so maybe like sparkles. Maybe not sparkles. Blood stains are not the vibe. We could do dappled light. At least around the, Oh, this is gray. No wonder. At least around the hair clip. Just lighten. Screen lighten. Nah, it's a little too much. Glitter. Glitter, maybe? No, definitely not. We also have feathers, petals, and roses. I think roses would suit it very well. Yes. Let's do another layer for the roses specifically. No, I don't like the roses. I think I'll stay with the buttons. If not, put another layer of buttons down below. So from here to here. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, let's do that to the other side. So let's do buttons up here and buttons down here. Cute. Okay, and then we're gonna put it way down here because we want it to be behind our stuff. Oh shoot! Did I put? I put the buttons on the mouth line art layer. Let's move them down here. Okay. Awesome. The only problem with that is these right here. Let's put these down below. as well. Cool, cool. Let's label this layer button so we don't lose it. Maybe remove this button because it's like right on the name. Let's just remove every other button. 1, 2, because it seems like every other button is in the way. So we'll do this one, this one, this one, that one. And this one's poking out of the corner, so we'll bring it down. Okay, cute. I'm really liking it. Let's add like a big ol' like top to bottom gradient. Or should it be bottom to top gradient? It should be bottom to top gradient, yes. Alright, I'm liking it, I'm liking it. Mouth line art. I kind of want this to have that Gaussian blur too. It's not. Hold on. This is mouth line art, right? Yeah. So copy and paste. And then ranch, hooked on ranch. It is not working. Why isn't it working? I'm gonna manually select it. Gaussian blur. Do I just have to wait for it to load? Oh, I did. I did have to wait for it to load. Should I do that to the hair clip too? Perfect. I think our reference sheet is done, actually. I need to sneeze. I tried not to let it all out. Oh, goodness. Well, what a way to end the day. I'm feeling a little sleepy peepy tonight, so I'm gonna leave you without any promos, other than the ones you guys produced. You can find them yourself. Links in my descriptions and such. I appreciate you joining me, those of you who did, to get this reference model all completed. I'm gonna put it in my honorologist folder full of my OC. Oh, you know what I should add? It's like a bow to like really represent him. I wonder if I can't like do like a really simple one. I wonder how, just like the concept. Oops. Like if I were to just put a bow here, how would it look? A little messy, a little messy. How about over here? Ooh, yeah, I have an idea. I'm gonna get some clip art to put here. bow clip art. Let's do just the one. Hmm. Yeah, let's go with this one. I thought we were going to be finished, but I have one last thing to prove. I don't have one last thing to prove. I just want to add a bow. Let's see if we can't, like, yeah, there we go. So we'll have a bow on this side. Let's make it a little smaller. And then we'll have a bow on the other side. And similarly, in real life, I do have on my art table like a big plush red bow on either side of my banner. There we go. So cute. So cute. Now I feel like it's ready. But with the bows, let me see if the buttons layer doesn't look right. Yeah, you know what? I like it better with the bows than with the buttons. So I think I'm just gonna delete them. Alright, let's save that. Let's save that as. Here we go. That's so loud. Ugh. Okay, so we'll do that, and then we'll also save the Clip Studio Paint, because I do like to have the file with all the layers after, like, a couple months afterwards, just in case I run into any problems and I need to go in and edit it within any sort of amount of time. There we go. Well, that's it for today. We ran ourselves approximately 2 hours, so that's pretty cool. 2 hours is the sweet spot between 1.5 hours and 2 hours. I thank you all for coming. I will be sure to most likely stream tomorrow, but if not, I will be here scheduled on Saturday. I will stream Saturday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So you can catch me then. If not tomorrow, then in the future. And if you are here, I will be here. And if you're around, I'll be around.